one, Arsenal reportedly closely monitoring Julián Alvarez as £95 million transfer rumours gather pace. Arsenal are reportedly keeping a very close eye on Atletico Madrid forward Julián Alvarez as the club continues to explore options for strengthening its attack. The Argentine international has once again emerged as one of the names being discussed around the Emirates, with reports suggesting that Arsenal could consider a major financial commitment if the opportunity to sign the former Manchester City forward becomes realistic. However, it is important to make one point clear from the beginning. There is currently no official confirmation that Arsenal have submitted a £95 million bid for Alvarez, nor that Atletico Madrid have accepted such an offer. The £95 million figure should therefore be treated as part of the transfer speculation surrounding the player rather than a completed agreement. The situation surrounding Alvarez has become increasingly interesting in recent weeks. The 26-year-old remains under contract with Atletico Madrid, but his future has been the subject of significant speculation after reports that the player could be open to a transfer. For Arsenal, that situation could create an opportunity. Arsenal continue looking at attacking options. Arsenal's interest in improving their attacking options is not new. Mikel Arteta's side have continued to look at ways of adding more quality, creativity and goal-scoring ability to the squad. The Gunners have already been linked with several high-profile attacking players, but Alvarez stands out because of the variety of positions he can play. The Argentine is capable of operating as a central striker, but he can also contribute from deeper attacking positions. His movement, technical ability and work rate make him particularly attractive to a manager who demands tactical flexibility from his forwards. According to recent reports, Arsenal are considering Alvarez among their attacking targets. TalkSport has described the Argentine as being at the top of Arsenal's wish list following developments involving other potential targets. That does not necessarily mean a transfer is close. Instead, it suggests that Arsenal are monitoring the situation and could become more active if Atletico Madrid's position changes. Why Julián Alvarez is such an attractive target? One of the biggest reasons Arsenal could be interested in Alvarez is his ability to influence a game in several different ways. He is not simply a traditional number 9 who waits inside the penalty area for opportunities. Alvarez is capable of dropping deeper, linking play, pressing defenders and creating space for teammates. That profile could fit Arsenal's football under Arteta. The manager has increasingly demanded that his attacking players contribute both with and without the ball. A forward who can press aggressively, move intelligently and combine with midfielders can be extremely valuable in Arsenal's system. Alvarez also brings experience at the highest level. Before moving to Atletico Madrid, he played for Manchester City, where he competed for major trophies and worked alongside some of the world's best players. His time in England helped establish him as one of the most complete young forwards in European football. His experience with Argentina adds another important dimension. Alvarez has already played on the international stage and has been part of a team competing for the biggest trophies in world football. Arsenal would therefore not be looking at an inexperienced prospect. They would potentially be considering a player who has already performed under enormous pressure. The £95 million question. The reported £95 million figure is one of the most interesting aspects of this transfer story. Arsenal would need to make a significant financial commitment if they were to seriously pursue Alvarez, but supporters should be careful when seeing headlines claiming that Arsenal are offering £95 million or that a £95 million deal has been agreed. At the moment, those claims should not be presented as confirmed facts. What is confirmed is that Alvarez is an Atletico Madrid player and that his future has generated considerable transfer speculation. Atletico signed the Argentine from Manchester City in 2024 in a deal reported at around €95 million, including potential add-ons. His contract with the Spanish club runs until 2030, giving Atletico considerable leverage in any potential negotiation. That long-term contract is one of the reasons why a potential Arsenal deal would be complicated. Atletico are not under immediate pressure to sell, and the club has repeatedly made its position clear. Atletico Madrid do not want to lose Alvarez easily. Atletico's position could be the biggest obstacle for Arsenal. In July, Atletico chief executive Miguel Ángel Gil publicly insisted that the club did not want to transfer Alvarez. He went even further, saying Atletico would not accept offers of 100 million euros or 200 million euros for the Argentine forward. That statement is extremely important when assessing the £95 million speculation. If Atletico genuinely maintain that position, Arsenal would have to convince the Spanish club that selling Alvarez is financially and sporting-wise worthwhile. This could make negotiations extremely difficult. Atletico view Alvarez as a key player and have repeatedly indicated that they want him to remain in Madrid. However, transfer situations can change quickly. A player's wishes, the club's sporting plans, the financial circumstances and the size of a potential offer can all influence negotiations. That is why Arsenal's continued interest is worth monitoring. Alvarez's future has become a major transfer story. The speculation surrounding Alvarez intensified after the player was reported to have opened the door to a possible transfer. That development created a complicated situation for Atletico. The club wants to keep him, while reports have suggested that the player may be considering a new challenge. Onda Cero reported in July that former Argentina and Manchester City striker Sergio Aguero believed Alvarez could still remain at Atletico while acknowledging that the player's situation was complicated. This illustrates how uncertain the situation remains. There is no guarantee that Alvarez will leave. There is also no guarantee that he will stay. And for Arsenal supporters, that uncertainty is precisely what makes the story worth watching. Could Arsenal make a serious move? If Arsenal decide that Alvarez is the right player for their attack, the next question will be whether they are prepared to make a serious proposal. A figure around £95 million would represent a major investment, but Arsenal have demonstrated in recent transfer windows that they are willing to spend significant amounts when they believe a player can make a major difference to the team. Alvarez could potentially provide Arsenal with another level of attacking quality. His ability to play centrally could give Arteta more options. His movement could create spaces for Arsenal's wide players. His pressing could help the team recover possession higher up the pitch, and his technical quality could allow him to combine effectively with Arsenal's midfielders. These are precisely the characteristics that could make him attractive to the Gunners. Arsenal's interest should still be described as a report for anyone following this story. The language used around the transfer is particularly important. At this stage, the safest description is that Arsenal are reportedly monitoring Julián Álvarez and considering him as an attacking target. It would be inaccurate to say that Arsenal have definitely signed him. It would also be inaccurate to say that a £95 million transfer has already been agreed. There is currently no official announcement from Arsenal or Atletico Madrid confirming such a deal. This distinction matters because transfer rumours can move extremely quickly, especially when a world-class player is involved. One report can lead to another, and eventually speculation can be presented online as if it were official news. In Alvarez's case, the available reports show genuine interest and a complicated situation, but they do not establish that an Arsenal transfer is completed. Why Arsenal could be interested despite the difficulties. Even with Atletico's resistance, Arsenal have reasons to remain interested. First, Alvarez fits the profile of a modern forward. Second, he has Premier League experience from his Manchester City days. Third, he has already demonstrated that he can operate at the highest level. Fourth, he offers tactical flexibility. And finally, his potential availability could represent an opportunity to bring an elite attacking player to North London. The biggest question is not whether Alvarez has the quality to play for Arsenal. He clearly possesses exceptional ability. The question is whether Atletico Madrid would actually be prepared to negotiate. That is where the story becomes much more complicated. A potential